what we're here to talk about is this. And you don't need to read it right now. Don't read it, because I am going to, we're going to go point by point through. First, for the camera, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay. Should I talk about?
No, talk to me.
Okay.
You don't have to talk to the camera. You
Okay.
just talk to me. So all this is going to be edited.
You just want our name, or do you want a background?
Your name, where you go to school.
Okay.
You know how long you've been dancing.
And nice and loud.
Okay.
I realize we don't have an external mic, so nice and loud.
And that's for the camera. Hi, I'm Natalie Rawson. I started dancing here at Johansson's when I was 3, and then when I was 15, I went to the Rock School in Philadelphia, and now I'm going to be attending the Joffrey Academy in Chicago.
Go to school here in Olympia?
Not anymore.
Oh.
I'm in an online school doing my academics as I train.
Oh.
I'm Anna Thornton. I started here as well in 1st grade, and I'm still training here, and I go to Olympia next week.
Okay.
I'm Isaac, and I train at Central Pennsylvania Youth Ballet, but I did start here, and I'm out of school.
You're not school. Right. Good. And, can you come over here to Bud? Hello, Bud.
I'm Bud Johansson. I've been dancing all my life and started Johansson School of Ballet in Ballet Northwest.
Nice.
And still moving.
Huh.
I'm Gary Buxton. I started dancing with the Johansson School of Ballet back in 1979, and I was 29 then. And then I have been with Ballet Northwest. Well, I would still say that I'm kind of still with Ballet Northwest in a way. But I danced with them for about 10 years in the company. And it was not my day job. So, and this is my project for the most part. Having the background in ballet and photography and computer programming, I came to Olympia to be a systems analyst for the state, and I worked as a computer systems analyst programmer for about 15 years. So I have a background in programming. I have a background in ballet. Probably the most important thing, though, is that I have a master's degree in arts administration from the University of Oregon, and my thesis was dance documentation. I did a feasibility study, basically a requirement study for what it would take to computerize dance documentation, so that it could be useful for. I don't know if you know too much about dance documentation, but it really isn't a very good way of documenting dance. There are a few notations, Laban notation, Laban notation, but it's very hard to learn and almost impossible to read unless you've studied it. People have thought that video would be the answer to dance documentation, but it has a lot of limitations. Most notably, that two important things. One, that it doesn't record intent of the choreographer. It only records a performance of one performance of a dance or a performance. And the other thing is that it's only taken from the audience point of view. So what you have certainly is a recording of what it looked like from the audience point of view. But to study or to learn the dance, you need to flip it around, right? Because dancers learn dance by following behind someone. And video, you can't do that very easily. And it's stuck to you. And it might be wrong. because the dancer who was performing that night might have done the choreography. And so it's not the intent. Of course, that never happens. So, these are some of the problems. So I spent a year studying the problem and came up with the idea that really the only solution to it would be if there was an electronic, computerized solution to this. But when I did my thesis 15 years ago, computers weren't powerful. There was no online gaming or anything like that. So it was just kind of an idea. But things have changed. So we're calling this this program DanceMaker, and it's speech recognition software. And as the summary goes, using DanceMaker, the student can speak to an avatar. We all know what an avatar is on computer avatar. In dance, ballet, movement terms, and the avatar will perform what you tell it. Does that sound? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's just ballet.
To start, yes. Good question.
So will there be like video recognition for moves that don't have a technical like term for them? Could that be a possibility?
In the future, definitely we're going to be expanding this out. This is just the start. What we're planning on doing is that there is the very first version of this will be almost like a beginning ballet. So it would have to be ballet terms and general movement terms. Ballet is the focus now, but then it will be as we develop DanceMaker version 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. We get more genres in it and more ability for nuance, for things, stuff that just comes out of the genre. So the core idea here is speaking to the avatar. You don't have to get online, clickety clickety click, you just talk to it. The screen comes up, there's a stage, there's a dancer standing there, perhaps in the first position, and you just tell it what to do. Give it a dance move, a ballet term, and it will do it.
Back when you were a beginner, learning terms, learning steps and such, you did it in class. But with this program, you'll be able to do it at home.
Yeah.
And so you'll get the familiarity and the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, I feel like it could be used more as like a study tool.
Yes, we consider this to be dance education software to start off with. Although I anticipate that it will become a choreography software as people start using it. We expect DanceMaker to really be a revolution in dance education software, dance education period, because there's nothing like this out there at all, not even close. The core of this being that it's speech recognition. You can just talk. And the dancer will move in a 3D space. And you can give it one term or a series of ballet terms so that it will actually do a dance. And not just one single move, but choreography. And I don't know if it's just me, or does that at all sound like something you think young dancers might be interested in? Think about it being at home.
I feel like I could see more like young kids using it to like learn the terms, but I don't know. I'm trying to like for me, like if I was like doing it like for choreography, like I don't know like how yet I like, would incorporate that into like my process of creating.
Yeah, good
I
point.
don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Unless you're going to teach it to someone else, you can put it in the program and give them the program. And they can go home and
yeah,
learn it.
I guess also if I was injured. Currently,
Yeah,
currently
yeah.
I'm playing back with a sprained ankle, and I've been like trying to show things.
Yeah.
For like when you're able-bodied, it's easy
Yeah.
to just show the movement you're trying to explain. But I suppose like if you can't really
Yeah.
do that, it could be sort of used as an assistant.
I think it's a cool idea because if you don't have like, you have this like idea for section in the choreography, you're like at home, but like you can't do the so you just make someone get up and do it. And you know, and you also know how to reverse stuff, and it turns out to be a bad idea. You're like, oh, it just goes back and forth
Yeah.
to make it happen something else. And so then you don't have to tell them that you actually came up with this idea. It's just between you and the computer. So
Yeah.
I think as a student, like it's really good to good software to learn the terms. And also see, visualize what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, like the
Visualize.
3D space, that's a real positive thing about it. Because we're doing like the choreographer showcase here, like currently, and it's the hardest thing trying to like imagine how like dancers will get from one spot to another and intermingle and you know, like I was using like little figurines at home, like kind of, you know, mapping it out. But yeah, 3D space is a good.
Exactly.
I think if there was like a way, I don't know if necessarily like the specific movements, because often I think with contemporary, like
Yeah, like if it's
most
not a
work
word
being
or-
done isn't just sticking to a classical
Yeah.
ballet vocabulary anymore. But I think if there was a way to incorporate that into more sort of like formations, because that's what like you know, I was saying, like I'll like sketch things down, like I'll have dots and arrows, and I'll be like, I'll show my dancers. I was like, okay, so I need you to run like this.
Yeah.
Or like
Right here.
move in this spot.
But don't hit each
But
other.
like, yeah. And so sometimes that's kind of hard to
Yeah.
explain. But if maybe you had a situation where you could
A
see
visual.
different dancers like moving to different locations, like on the
Yeah.
screen, you'd be like, see, just run like that.
We anticipate, you know, what you have, this avatar is the perfect dancer. This, you don't need to explain to it how to point its toe, you know, or how to hold its hand, you know, or because it's the perfect ballet dancer, and it can do the movement, and
I think that's really a cool idea because like where I go now, like we get a lot of choreographers come in, but they don't necessarily have the time to like teach it and rehearse it. So if they have the time to like get on the computer, teach us because a lot of times we try to look at videos of like what past dancers have done and just went off there. So if you could create a video with these avatars and then just show it, then you have more time to actually rehearse with the real dancer and to be teaching the actual dance.
now add on to this idea. So you got a visual of this thing. You know, it's online, it's high quality. You've got a perfect dancer that you can just tell what to do. And you can visually, you're watching it from the point of view of the audience. And now you want to teach it to somebody. Well, since it's digital, you can flip it around. And you can see the dance from behind. You can see what the dancers are doing. And you can project it. You can see that maybe on a screen or a PC projector or a large screen TV. And you can learn the dance the same way that you do that you do traditionally.
So
Think about that.
is it more like to record movement then, to like keep track of it, or to use it to teach?
You can use it to teach. I mean, the point is that it's not just a front view of it. you can look, you can see it from behind.
Yeah.
And you can learn from it. You can separate out one dancer, and you can that. And if you wanted to teach it to a group of people, and they can't all get together at the same time, they can look at it themselves.
Yeah.
You can say, "You're there," and you are, because you name them after the dances you want to do.
Yeah.
And then because we believe that that this software is going to be developed to be online, in the cloud, that they can go home, get on the computer, and see the choreography that you've created, and they can practice at home.
So you're saying that the dancers can have access to this too, even though the program might be choreographer's thing, like the choreographer can make it accessible for the dancers?
That's the point. Yes. So
That's
that,
cool.
so that, and it also being digital is forever. And that means that 15 years from now, you want to learn the choreography, you've got a record of it, and it's perfect. It's not a video. You can watch it from the front, and then if you want to learn it, you flip it around and watch it from the back. And learn the choreography. Back. Something like that. It's just mind blowing.
So it's very in-depth.
It changes dance. It changes the way we learn dance, but it doesn't change any of the traditions of dance. This is something that we've never had before. We always have to come to the studio. And so rehearsals, and everybody knows, how hard it is to get everybody together one time, to do these things. And if you can cut a lot of that studio time out, you're just working out of it. So, get the idea? It's the education value of this. At the beginning, there will be also a part of being able to just talk to them. You'll have a pull-down menu, and you can just say it, somebody who's just learning dance, and they can come home. They're taking dance classes, and they can repeat the steps that they've learned to the avatar, and they'll see it. If they don't know how to pronounce it, or they can't remember, there'll be a pull-down menu of all the ballet terms that they're learning, and they can just click it, and the computer will say the word, say the term, and the avatar will dance it. What is that? Is this just looking at you guys like, whoa, this is a lot to take in.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think how I would use it, I guess.
And this is a conversation that we've had.
I feel like, I don't know. I personally what I enjoy when I'm teaching choreographing some things is that often I'm inspired by what the other dancers bring to it. I usually don't like to just come up with something on my own. I'll usually have a concept and sort of a base sort of platform. I've worked with both of you.
Yeah.
Is that I'll sort of have an idea, but then I come in and I sort of see what they can do, and it's sort of being in the room with them. That's where I come from. So I think I guess I would use this more as a documentation purpose for future reference. If I were to recreate a piece, because like you said, maybe it wasn't performed perfectly, but I don't know, I guess, to have a record of it for something that you can go back to, I guess. But I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah.
Also, the thing that you said that it's a perfect dancer, right? Yeah, I think the only thing about it is that you see this and you're gonna have an expectation of how it is and then it's dance. And once you get on a person's body, a real person, it's gonna be different. It's like I like, you know, when I choreographed Natalie like once, it was like, you know, I drew like all these stick figures and stuff. But like once I put it on, I was like, oh, it doesn't work that way, you know.
Yeah.
There are human body limitations, and
I think that is a.
I was like, do a flip and roll on the floor. Do you do that? And I'm like, okay.
No, but that's the other thing. It's like something that like, I don't know. It's sort of, I guess I don't do a lot of like classical. I mean, I train classically, but everything I've choreographed hasn't really been classical. So it's like for me, like I don't like to do things that have been done before, and I don't like to. Also, if I kind of Isaac was going after, like if I come up with something on my own, it might not even look good on another person. It's really individual though. So it's like I guess we have this ideal of it, but it's also like what each artist brings to it. So I don't know how like I feel like it's more of like recording, like just to have a reference of it, but it's like you have to know that each person's gonna approach it differently.
One thing in the program in the future is that it will use the body, and you can't make the body go 180 degrees from the knee. It'll be anatomically correct, so that some of those ideas that you come to, and I come to, oh boy, this it's impossible.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't work. But in this one, it will limit you that way. I mean, it will show you that it's impossible, so that you don't come up to the dancer and just try to do something and say, oh, my goodness.
oh my.
I had kind of, okay, sorry, I keep talking a lot. Like, how will you come up with the avatar, I guess? Like, are you going to be working with the dancer specifically? Like, are you going to be filming some, like, I mean, I don't really know the computer programming side of it, but like, to get the movement.
And I think that's the it's not the hard problem here, but it's always the thing that my mind jumps to, you know, in the middle of the night. You know, how's that going to be done? Well, I don't.
We have people who can
we
do
do
that.
have. We're hiring professionals. I should say that Bud and Mary's son, Bernie, is a software engineer. He owns a company down in San Diego, and he does this for a living. And he's we're going to hire a specialist. We're asking, the crowdfunding is going to be asking for $500,000 to fund this. And the majority of that, at least $300,000 of that, is going for the program person that will actually program this. We'll hire a specialist. We're pretty sure, though, that most of it is already out, that we already see the animation. The computer animation is just beautiful these days. You know, the gaming, things like this. It's going to be kind of like a game. It's gaming platforms.
Yeah.
And probably use some of them. But what the big difference is that you can talk to it. You know, you can so that you can get right in there and start just tell it what to do in ballet terms. And then as we develop over years the program, it will get more and more nuanced, and we get better and better at understanding the nuances of the movement. But there is a finite set, basically. You know, the body is what Buck was saying. There's a lot of variation in what we can do and the positions that we can be in, but it's not infinite. Because the wrist, the ankle, can only move so much. That's going to be the fascinating part, how that's out, to actually see how this is going to be done. But we're pretty sure, but we're 99.9% sure that it's completely doable. We're just adding on to animation, voice recognition, to do something, to make it work friendly to dancers.
We want more dancers to have access to stuff, and this hopefully will do it.
And especially young dancers.
Yeah.
Somebody who's just learning. That you have the software. You can come home. You can tell the avatar dancer the dance term that you've learned. You can see it. You can zoom in on the foot to see exactly what it is that's being talked about, because it's going to be perfect dancing. And if you can't remember the term, you can bring the menu down, and you can just go down, the terms, and see what it's doing. Hear it being pronounced correctly, and see it correctly done. And so for like a recital,
You can put the whole recital dance into this thing. They could go home and work on it.
yeah,
And look at it from behind, see their part.
yeah, mom can bring it up on the cloud and see what their part is, and not just see it from the audience point of view, but turn it around and learn it by following along. Students that are this gives you the chance, a student and a young student, the chance to learn ballet at home, to practice it, and to not practice it wrong. Because a lot of times when I was young, I'd go home to practice and I'd go, what was it now? And I'd look at my notes and I couldn't decipher what the heck my notes meant. Because how can you write down dance? It's just too hard. So this is how it's going to start. We're starting like we're teaching like we have a learner. And the avatar, even though the avatar is technically perfect, the avatar is going to have to learn a lot more about dance than just ballet.
Yeah.
Which you guys have read. I have never felt like that this would ever replace traditional dance teaching. And that this is this just adds something kind of on the front end of learning dance that's not possible now. The ability to see it correctly at home and not just have a video of it. That you can just stop and start and stop and start and go back to A, go back to A, and see it. And see it from behind, which is the most important tradition of dancing. So I certainly know that Bud would never use this software. He might be interested in watching it. But, or Ken and Josie or anybody, because they can learn the way to do it. But if we create this software now, and kids start using it 10 years from now, because we're going to have constant updates of these things. 10 years from now, they're still going to be using it, and they're going to be incorporating it into their way of teaching. But can you imagine? Now just think about this. So we're jumping way ahead. What would be the ultimate way of getting dance into the computer? If you have a brand new dance, how would you just do it?
I think if you think about like the program being 10 years old or something, and the voicing is really cool, but maybe someday think about motion,
Like video recognition.
video
Kind of
recognition.
being able to have it see you
Yeah.
and then take that in, flip it around.
Yeah, so that you don't have to talk anymore. You can just do it, and then you can see what you're doing.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. That's our plan.
Yeah, that would be the ultimate.
that's the first one.
Yeah.
program.
The goal.
And some of those techniques are out there already.
We already see it. We there are all kinds of things that detect motion.
Yeah.
And because of the gaming industry, it's only going to get better and better. And the equipment right now is a little expensive, but so is the camcorder. 15, when I was first started dancing, and now you get in the Cracker Jack boxes, and that's what we're working towards. Is that, so you can 2 o'clock in the morning, you get an idea, you can jump up, flip on the computer, and you just talk it into the computer and see it dance. What is it doing? What does this look like? And, or you can jump up and before you and flip on the LiDAR and dance, and then come back later and edit it, change it, add more to it.
I don't know about you, but I many times have created things and then can't remember what I did
Yes.
because it's not in the right part of my brain. And I rely on my dancers to remember it. If they don't remember, it's lost. But this would be eventually be able to capture everything you do and show it to you again.
And I think
It's not just a video, it's adjustable.
and it's distributable. That is to say, once you have it, and if it's on the cloud, then anybody who wants to share it can share it, can see it. And then when you think about rehearsals, I don't know about you, but it seems to me that most of my rehearsal days go out and come back a few days after I've learned the choreography and relearning it. We're working it out again, trying to remember what it was that we did the last time. I'm sure that's now. Remember your choreography.
I think that's like part of the process.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like,
But if you could be reminded of that, if you had a copy of what it was, and let me back up, because we were actually talking about two different worlds, and I agree with you completely.
yeah.
There's the world of the studio, and this has something to do with that, but not necessarily. And then there's that world at home that when you have ideas and things, and you'd like to work it out, you'd like to draft it.
At 2 in the morning with no dancers.
No dancers. And then be able to show your idea. And then once the dancer takes it, then they take it. It's like a performance. I remember Bud saying many times, at the beginning of shows, this is, I've done my work. It's all yours now. And it's all in your guys' hands. And that doesn't change that. We're not attempting to change anything of the traditions of dance and how it works out. But we would like to eliminate, from my point of view, from a scholar, dance documentation of where I came from all these things. And the biggest problem with recording the dance is getting the actual intent. What did the choreographer intend in this dance? And we all know that mistakes are made in performances. But once that's recorded, it becomes documentation of that dance. It's no longer the choreographer's intent. And so it can't be really studied on a scholarly basis. And I think we're on this idea of recording, taking a video. So could we take that into the performance hall? Rather than see where I'm driving?
Then
So
I'm
you're
just
thinking-
recording the dance.
That's
Just
another
take it.
documentation.
Recording it.
But remember one thing, you can edit this.
Oh, I guess.
You can edit this. You can, once you've translated it into digital, you can edit.
You can
You can go
fix
back
it.
in, you can identify each one of the dancers,
Change the phrasing.
Yeah. Yeah.
bring them out, fix what they did wrong,
Right.
put it back in.
If there was like a way to like physically manipulate like specifically like an arm or like a part of their body that's like incorrectly like angled, I think that's what would be helpful, not necessarily changing the steps, but sort of like if you could like, I don't know, so
That-
like
that
on your
could be
iPad
done.
like
That-
touch
that's-
and like
that's-
move their arms.
That's 10A.
Yeah, I think that might.
But ultimately, that's what it has to be. Is to be able to get right down there to the fingertip.
Yeah.
To be able to change the hands subtly, or a slight tilt to the head, which is the intent of the choreography. I'm trying to take choreography to a level, at least it's my dream, that we'd be able to take the recording of choreography. Because how do we record choreography? So what we're doing, my dream is we create this electronic version of this so that documentation isn't notes, it's visual, it's avatar, and you can see it, study it. The scholar can come in, the dance scholar. There actually were dance scholars out there, people that actually study these things, reviewers, people that review dances. And if they can actually get in there and see the dance up close. Zoom in, come and look down at the top of it. The front, the back, single out a dancer and study it in detail, scholarship. And masters, doctoral theses, dances that were created with this. You do that. There's such thing. And so that's what we're. And of course, we'd like to be able to add costumes, scenery to this, so that you could do the entire production, lighting, everything. And but later versions, not this one, not DanceMaker 1.0.
This year you could go on for another 10 hours.
And I'm sure that I have enough tape now. And you guys have been great. I really appreciate it. I'm sure that I have enough stuff from what you've done. I'm so glad that you came here. I will, if I have your addresses,